Let me tell you about the strangest vampire I've ever heard of. This isn't your typical blood-sucking, cape-wearing creature of the night. No, this vampire had a peculiar sensitivity. You see, in a small town in Eastern Europe, there lived a vampire named Victor who was absolutely terrified of blood. Yes, you heard that right, a hemophobic vampire. Every time he saw even a tiny drop of blood, he'd get dizzy and faint. Quite the occupational hazard for a vampire, wouldn't you say? Victor tried everything to maintain his vampire status while avoiding blood. He'd wear special tinted contacts to hide his red eyes, and instead of sleeping in a coffin, he had a memory foam mattress with blackout curtains. His fellow vampires mocked him relentlessly at their monthly midnight meetings. But here's where it gets interesting. One night, while trying to figure out how to sustain himself without blood, Victor accidentally discovered something remarkable. He found that he could survive on red food coloring mixed with iron supplements. It wasn't exactly gourmet dining, but it kept him going. The local vampire community was scandalized. "That's not how we do things," they'd hiss, but Victor didn't care. He started a blog about alternative vampire lifestyles, and even opened a small cafe called Bloodless Bites that catered to vampires with similar issues. The funny thing is, his cafe became incredibly popular, not just with vampires, but with humans too. They loved the gothic atmosphere and the creative red drinks. Nobody suspected that the quirky owner who always wore sunglasses indoors was actually a vampire. But the real twist came when a young vampire health researcher visited his cafe. After studying Victor's unique condition, she discovered that his aversion to blood wasn't a weakness. It was actually an evolution. His body had adapted to modern times, finding a more sustainable way to survive. Soon, Victor became a reluctant celebrity in the vampire world. The same community that once ridiculed him now celebrated him as a pioneer of vampire progression. He even got invited to give a TED Talk, after sunset, of course. So, next time you think you know what a vampire should be like, remember Victor. Sometimes our greatest weaknesses can turn out to be our greatest strengths. And sometimes, the weirdest stories are the ones that make the most sense in the end. Just don't ask Victor to donate blood. He still faints at the sight of it, and there's nothing more awkward than an unconscious vampire in a blood donation center. Trust me, that's a whole other story. Like and subscribe, thank you.